Another thing that we have to talk about in a problem like this is we can check our answer, but there is a door that's been opened by our problem that we probably didn't really deal with before. And what that is anytime you have a rational expression where you have variables in the denominator, not all the variables will work. Okay? One thing we cannot do is we cannot divide by 0. So if for some reason you get your solution and you plug it back in to the original equation and it makes you divide by 0, that solution does not work. Here it's fine because I can divide by -5/2, I can divide by -5, that all works. But if you do have that case, those are called extraneous solutions. And what that is basically a solution that does not work in the original problem. Now I've got some students who go and, back in the day, they would be drawing cars. And I would go and talk to them, and they would say, oh, hey, what are you drawing? He's like, oh, it's this car. It's a Lamborghini. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, well, do you like that car? He's like, yeah, I'm going to own one when I get older. And I think, okay, well, how are you going to pay for it? Oh, I'm going to go and work at McDonald's and save enough money. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, there's no way that you're going to make that. Okay? Your solution for how to get that car does not work. Okay? Or the kids will tell me, oh, yeah, I'm going to go win the lottery. And that's how I'm going to buy this Lamborghini. Well, unfortunately, not everybody's going to win the lottery. So sometimes in the real world, we have solutions that are just not feasible. If I want to go from here to the mall, I can drive, I can walk, I can take a bus, I can take a spaceship, but in reality, I can't. It is a mode of transportation, but it's not going to work for my problem. So sometimes we get solutions that just don't work in the real world. So let's see if we can't look at a problem like this. Again, very similar. I've got multiple variables. I've got fractions. They're on different sides of the equation. And I've got variables in the denominator. So same steps. Multiply by my common denominator. X minus 3, new. X minus 3, old. And 1, new. So it's x minus 3 is our common denominator. So again, I'm going to multiply everything by x minus 3. Notice I said everything. The thing that people mostly miss is to multiply 9 by x minus 3. My goal is to cancel my fractions. When you cancel here, again, it's x minus 3 over 1. The x minus 3's cancel. You get 1 times x over 1 times 1, which of course is x. And then here, this is going to cancel and leave me 3. And I'll say plus 9 times x minus 3. So I'll get x is equal to 3 plus 9x minus 27. I'll get my variables on the same side, so I'll subtract 9x. And that will give me negative 8x is equal to negative 24. And I will divide both sides by negative 8. When I do that, I'll get x is equal to 3 as my solution. Now, what you need to know is anytime you have a rational equation, you get your answer and you plug it in. If you want to plug it in to check, that's fantastic. But what you have got to do is you have got to plug it in to check for an extraneous solution. So when I plug this 3 in right here, I get 3 over 0. Well, when you type in 3 divided by 0, as you can see, it is going to say error, division by 0. Okay, attempted calculation contains division by 0, calculation fails. There is no definition for division by 0. So even though we found a solution and we did all the math and it looks great, this does not work. Since we're solving linear equations, we only found one solution. The one solution does not work. The answer to this is no solution. So there is nothing that we can plug in that will work for x in this problem. So make sure you check anytime you see a variable in your denominator, whatever you get for your answer, plug it back in, make sure it works.